Hello, I'm Jessica. Thank you so much for joining me for this workout. Today we will be working on the lower body. So hips, legs, knees, ankles, and feet strength combined with a little bit of balance. We're gonna start today's workout in the chair. You will not need any equipment, and I'll save all of our balancing and standing exercises for last, so that if that is something that is not right for you today, you can just complete the first part of this workout and then see how you feel with some of the standing stuff, with the option to skip it if you need to. Go ahead, get set up, make sure that you are subscribed before we get going so you do not miss more of these awesome workouts, and we're gonna get started right now. All right, like I said, we're gonna start in our seated position today. Go ahead and tuck those ankles right underneath the knees, and we're gonna warm up from the bottom up to the waist. So lift the heels, nice and easy here to start. Let those ankles get nice and warm. Good. Focus on your breathing, focus on your form as you are here with me. So nice tall posture, shoulders out of the ears, abs pulled in and engaged. They should be working in every workout that you do. And then let's go ahead and reverse this. Push the heels into the floor and just lift the toes. Nice and easy here to start. Good. Even though we have no equipment, this is going to be a great workout. Low impact, moderate intensity, and with our standing exercises and our balance exercises, I have designed them to be very aware of sensitive knees, feet, ankles, hips, low back. So very safe workout today if you're feeling a little nervous about some of the standing stuff. Let's go back to the heel raise, but this time just a little bit faster. All of these workouts are always designed to keep you safe. Very good. Somehow I widened out there. Just check your placement, check your form every now and then. See where your shoulders are, where your core is. Hips, knees, and feet. Just kind of run through the chain. Same thing here. Lift those toes a little bit faster this time. So this lower leg area should be getting nice and warm. Good. A lot of our ankle flexion strength actually comes from this muscle right here in the front of the lower leg. So you will definitely feel some warmth in there as you are lifting these toes. And then let's go ahead, scoot those hips to the center of your chair if you're not there already. And we're gonna take a heel tap out to the side. So depending on your chair and how it feels to move in here, you may need to scoot forward or back. And then we're gonna get a little bit of movement through the knees. How much movement just depends on what feels good for you. So you're just gonna take it to a little bit, slight kick, and you're just gonna point the toes out. So now we're moving the ankles in a downward motion instead of that upward motion. See how the knees feel here. If it is uncomfortable, modify. Take it straight out to the front or smaller. It does not have to be a big kick. Remember, we are warming up. These exercises are here to keep you safe, but you can only be safe if they feel right for your body. Good. So we are wide back to the heels, but this time let's switch it up and take them together out. So you're gonna feel the core kicking in there with the work. So you might even be tempted to lean way back in your chair. Try to stay upright as much as you can control. So if you're coming out really far with the feet, but you're having to lean back, pull those feet in just a little bit more there. So that way it's not so much of a challenge and you're not moving a lot through your low back. That's not what we're trying to do with this exercise. So we're building up on intensity a little bit here. Go ahead and leave them wide, and we're gonna kind of take hacky sack here, inner thighs. Beautiful. Again, how much this foot rotates in, how high you lift that knee. Modification here is just a smaller movement. That's the nice part about having no equipment. There's not a lot of modifications to be made. Just go slower, smaller at the same time. If this is really easy and you're not feeling challenged, let yourself get a little bit bigger or speed it up just a bit. Modification doesn't mean easier, it just means different. Different for what you need. Keep going here. I always encourage everyone, work a little bit extra when you can, so that way, when you need to back off a little bit, it all kind of evens out. Good. We'll take a few more here. Inner thighs should definitely be warm. And bring that down. We're gonna set the left foot kind of here to the front, and the left arm is going to follow the right leg. So we're gonna kind of tuck it behind the left foot and then send it forward and reach. Good. So when the foot pulls back in, the arm pulls back in. When it comes out, arm comes out. Speed it up if you can, working a little bit through the core. You should kind of feel this top muscle in the quads there working. Again, modification, smaller movement, or slow it down, or bigger movement, or speed it up. Very good job here. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So same thing, kind of get the right foot there in the middle, tuck the left foot in, start with the arm back, and reach it forward. Very good. Nice job here. We're not going for a certain number. Like I said, your pace could be different depending on how fast or how slow you are going. I know this is a little bit of work, but we're still kind of in our warm-up area. So there's no need to be worried about a count. Just let the body get comfortable moving today. It's a good chance to see how you are feeling. Beautiful job. And bring it back in. Now this time we're gonna do hacky sack on the right leg only. So this leg is working nice and steady here. It's not gonna have the time to alternate. No rest time, right leg only. We're gonna take this 15 times here. You can modify that number if you need to. (13, 14, last one, 15, same thing on the left. And 11, getting there. 14 and 15. Go ahead, flex those toes up, lift those legs off of the floor and give me a little bit of a jog here. Tops of the thighs working again. Hold those abs in, nice, good posture. Good. If you are hanging onto your chair at the underneath or somewhere near The seat, that is okay. Just make sure that you're not hanging on for dear life, that you are letting those abs do a little bit of work. Hold them here, and let's extend the right toes up 15 times. Good, try to keep that left foot off the floor. It's still working. Knee stays level with the other knee, so we're not drawing it high. 3, 2, and 1. You guessed it, 15 on the left. Try to keep that right foot off of the floor. Good, and these muscles are so important for keeping those knees nice and strong. My right leg is definitely getting heavy. That's okay, just kind of correct if you can. Beautiful job here. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. We're gonna step to the right side of the chair and then just lean over, put a little bit of weight in the leg, step it back in, and step over to the left side of the chair, a little bit of weight in that leg. So you're just leaning the body forward. You're not tilting like you're gonna come out of the chair, just leaning forward so that you can get a nice good push of this outside leg into the floor. Let's keep going here. So you should feel kind of the under rear seating muscles working. As little or as much as you need. As we kind of work into some of our standing exercises today, some of these will just be a standing version of these seated ones. So if you feel like you're missing out on something, you're really not. It's just gonna be a bigger version of the same exercise. So it's all the same muscle groups. Very good, nice squeaky chair here today. Just a little bit. Even if we choose to do our exercises seated, we still have a mobile body. You're gonna have to lift yourself out of seated positions. You're gonna have to move and walk around and be able to balance yourself. So we'll practice it here, and then hopefully over time, those everyday life movements just become a little more comfortable. Let's take one more set here. In and out, beautiful job. Come to the center. Now, the right leg is gonna come all the way out, and what I would like you to do is draw this knee up and in and set it back down. So we are again working on the quad, working on a little bit of hip strength here. You're gonna feel different muscles than we do when we just come straight from the front. Body stays positioned really well. How far this leg comes up is just flexibility and strength. So kind of find what works for you here. Good, let's take 5 more. Modification, just bring it in closer to the body, maybe a little more comfortable. 2 and 1. Now, scoot that tushy over to the right side of your chair and lean with a little bit of weight with the left arm so that your chair is evenly pressed down. And we're just gonna take knee to knee here and open this top knee. How far you open, again, depends on your strength and your flexibility. We're working on this outside portion of the leg. You wanna make sure that you're not rotating those hips so the whole body isn't turning. If you feel that you are touching the back of your chair, it's a good sign that you might be going a little bit too far. So just lift and lower Little pause at the top. Let those muscles work and return. Four more. 3. And last one there, very good. Send those hips kind of back to both of them touching the chair, and we'll step the left foot out. How far? Just depends on what feels good for you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Lift, kind of draw the knee up and in. So the foot is kind of reaching and pulling in. Very good. Stay with me here, even when it gets tough. Just start to modify a little bit if you have to. You can do one really big one and then take a little break with the next, and then one big one. Just find what works for you as long as you are still moving. You have 3 more here. Check in with those knees from time to time. Just pay lots of attention to how they feel. And we're just gonna kind of roll to the outside of that right hip, somewhere to the center of your chair. And then again, just support yourself with this right arm. You don't have to be all the way leaned over, not real big, just kind of enough that you've got this left leg on top of the right. And we're gonna open here. Good, nice and slow. And you can see that my ankle and my foot are kind of following along with my knee. Three, 2, and 1. Bring it back in. Now, somewhere in those exercises, you might have had a favorite, and if you want more work, you can go ahead and go back to your favorite, or if you feel like you're ready to try some in between seated and standing exercises, we're gonna kind of start doing a hybrid with those options, and then we will work into those standing balance exercises. So going here together, we're gonna step to the right side of our chair. Left foot follows in. We're gonna bring it up, squeezing through the back side. Look for your chair as you sit back down. You have the back of it for balance to touch and connect to. Same thing to the left. Lift. But as you lower, try not to put all your body weight on the back of your chair if you can avoid that. Sit back down using leg strength. Core nice and tight here as you lift, squeeze, soft bend in the knees, reach those hips down and back to lower. Nice and smooth. Good. So even this walking motion here uses those muscles if you try not to use a whole lot of your upper body. So even if you want to skip the standing and kind of plant the foot and use that hip strength to drag the other foot over, you can skip the standing and there will still be work there for you. Lift and lower. Again, hips reach down and back, core nice and tight, upper body stays up. We're gonna take a few more here. Trying not to lean my body over too far as I'm walking from side to side. This is our last one here. Good, so as you see, when you walk, if you lean, it's really easy for the legs. Stepping and dragging, a little bit harder. Lift and lower, very good. Take it back to the right, switching this up a little bit. Stand. Left leg comes up, sit back down, again, walk it over, Using those inner thighs. We're on the left side of the chair, so we're gonna stand and lift the right leg. Sit back down, walk it back over. Stand and lift the left. You have your chair there. You can reach behind you if you need that little bit of a help with balance, or you can lift and come to the toes. You don't have to come into a full standing balance. We're gonna take a few more toes or lift. Stand, balance to the toes or lift. Very good. Now, to the right, stand, step, back, and down. So we're just gonna stay here on this side. Stand, step, bring it back, and lower. Transferring weight, so you can see we are progressing this move here. Use those backs of the legs to work here. They are pushing the floor away from you, and they are helping to lower you down. So it's the same thing when we work with our resistance bands. We're resisting the control and the pull of gravity on the way down to our chair. Don't rush through this. Pause, return. Let's walk it over to the left. Last time for walking. Well, one more time because we're gonna have to go back to the right side. Lift, step, bring it down, and lower. Kind of look for your chair. Each time there, just make sure that you're not moving really far away with it. You wanna make sure that you know where it's at. Core tight, body pulled in. Legs should definitely be working. Core should be working. Hope you guys are doing awesome with this one. Working. And slightly uncomfortable in that work. Not uncomfortable, challenged. Challenged with the work, but safe in the body. Let's go ahead and take one more here. Step, sit. Very good, and let's go to the right side of the chair. Now this time we are going to be totally standing. You have your chair here, so it's kind of your safety net where you can put the fingertips to the back of it if you would like. Go ahead and get those toes under the knees and make sure the knees are in line with the hips. So we're not really far apart. Toes are straight forward, heels are straight back. So you should see even spacing through the toes and the heels, not bending in either direction. We're gonna lift on up, ankle stability, lower slow. You have your chair here for balance if you need it. And I'm gonna challenge you here to swing that right arm back, load those hips back, and raise the arm. So it's gonna be shifting the weight through the feet. Lifting will be just a little bit easier because you'll have more of a balance up here at the top, but you'll also have a little more balance when you come back. So a lot of our movements that require balance to keep us safe are not just in this upward motion, but also as we lower the body and reach back. So we want to keep you nice and strong and balanced in that position as well. And take that one down. You can wiggle it out a little bit. So now, like I said, some of our moves are gonna be the same as the seated version. We're gonna kind of stabilize on this left foot. The right foot is gonna swing forward. You're gonna take the right arm forward to follow with it and back, left hand, there, good. Now, forward and back. Forward and back. This could be enough of a challenge for your balance here. If you would like a little bit more, you're gonna turn the body and back, and you're gonna turn the body there too. That's a little more challenging. Back, forward, and back. So now your body isn't really going the same direction as your foot. A lot of falls happen in that type of situation. You're getting out of the car, the feet are going one way, purse gets stuck on the handle, or you drop something and you kind of reach for it real quick, or you're stepping up on a step and you kind of start to stumble. The body goes in a different direction. Work on it there. Good, go ahead, leave that here. Stretch that out, and then another balance here. Draw that foot up. We're gonna take it across, front, sideways, and back. Across, front, sideways, back. Your standing leg is not twisting. If you need a modification for this one, because this is a big lift, your left foot is gonna be working quite a bit, you can tap, 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 and tap, whichever one is right for you. We're gonna take a few more. I'll probably work with a couple of each just so you can see how each of them look. No twisting through that front leg. Good. Balance. I want you to pause in each position, feel yourself stabilize, and then move to the next. So if you get that little wibble wobble, it's okay. Tap the brake, stabilize, and then move. So what we don't want to do is, oh, go to the next, whoa, and we're moving through without stabilizing the body. We're training to be stable. So there's no count here because there is no rush. This is at your own pace. Good, you should definitely be feeling those legs working here. Out and back, very good. Give that left foot a little bit of a wiggle. We'll come to the other side of the chair. So that way we're working with our outside legs. Same thing here, start with kind of those train track legs. Lift and lower. You have your chair here for balance if you need it. Don't rush through it. Taking a few here, just kind of setting the movement. So we're getting the pattern in the brain, and then we'll start swinging the hips and the left arm back. Small lift in those toes. Roll it up. One side of the body is going to be better at balancing and coordinating than the other. So as you can see, my left side is not nearly as strong as my right, and that's okay. That's why we practice and work on it. Over time, we want that to even out and improve. And just like anything else, some days you're gonna be better at it than others. And even your not so better days should start to improve. Very good. Nice, good work in here for the ankles, the feet, and the calves. Knees and ankles stay nice and stable. Woo, too far. Roll it up and then set it down. It's nice when even your instructor isn't perfect at it, right? Makes it feel like, okay, it's not just me. Nope, it's me too. I'm here with you. I'm working on all of this stuff too. Go ahead, stabilize up on that right leg. Left foot taps forward and back. You can see I have a little pivot in my hips there, but not in my right knee. So I'm not coming so far that my knee is doing this. It's just forward and back. So you can even allow that left foot to turn a little bit so that this right knee stays stable. I would rather have the hip pivoting than the knee. Option here to turn the body away from that moving leg or from your stabilizing leg. Just a little bit, so we're increasing out of the midline and taking the work. A little bit more into space. Very good. Everything should feel nice and comfortable, nice and safe here. If you are getting warning signals or red flags from anywhere in the body, modify. You can even just tap. You don't have to do big movements. Very good. We'll take one more here. And then we'll go ahead and again, stabilizing on the right leg. Your chair here, it's here. Use it if you need it, but use it as little as needed. So not hanging on for dear life. Like I said earlier, just barely. This is my weaker side. So I'm gonna kind of hover here so it's there if I need it. Take that left leg up, across, front, side, swing it to the back. Engage those leg muscles here. You're already doing the movement, so you might as well get the work. Across, front, side, back. Option here to tap, or you can tap and lift it over, kind of working through these 4 points, whatever works best for you, whatever is all right. My right leg is not real happy with this work. We're getting tired. That's okay. To the back, soft bend in that right knee, across, front, side, and back. Good. If it's fussing, just give it a little bit of a shake. Come back to it and modify if you need to. Good, I didn't give myself a lot of room here. I tend to do that. I want to make sure you guys can see me and see my feet, so I tend to scoot real far back. Good, let's take one more here. Across, front, side, and back. Beautiful job. Roll those ankles. We'll start with the right ankle here. Not going for a big movement, just easing it. And then the left, kind of sweet talking the ankles and the feet there. And then the other way. And then we'll step the right leg onto the chair, and we're just gonna kind of ease the hip forward. As you ease the hip forward, kind of pull this right leg back, if that makes sense. No twisting in your standing leg. You should have a nice stretch here. And then we'll draw this left arm all the way up. Support yourself with the right. Open the side of the body. And then we'll take that down. We'll step to the back of our chair. Take those legs wide. And we're just gonna ease the hips side to side, soft bend in the knees. You can lean the body a little bit if that feels good. And then you can push those hips back, lower the forearms to the chair, and kind of roll those hips forward and arch the back, taking a nice cat back here. And then release that on down. Step to the right side of your chair and take the left foot on up. Same thing here, nice solid foot. And just ease those hips over to the left, and then kind of turn the body so that that left hip pulls back towards the joint. We'll go ahead and step that one off, and we'll come to the front here, and we'll pull the right toes up, and we'll just lower the body down until you feel a stretch. You have the seat here. I would rather you put a hand on the seat than on the leg. A lot of times when we do this, we tend to push that knee joint back, and that can cause a lot of discomfort. We don't ever need to put pressure on a joint because we have other ways to modify. Pull the hips back, flex these toes up, get that nice hamstring stretch. Set that one down, bring yourself up, and we'll take the exact same thing on the other side. Just ease it forward. Wherever you feel the limit of the stretch, just kind of pause there, nice and gentle. Keep flexing these toes up. Keep working those hips back. Maybe you go a little bit lower, or you just stay there and breathe. Set that one down. And then we'll go ahead. We'll turn towards our chair, or you can come behind it, and we'll just take the right toes behind us and just gently push the front of the ankle down towards the floor. If you have very sensitive ankles, you're gonna wanna be really careful here. Pay extra attention, and this might be one that you wanna skip. And if you don't skip it, and you have sensitive ankles, be very conservative and very gentle with this. Step it down. Let's take the other side. Ease that down. Ease that one down. And then you're behind your chair. Hopefully you have space to walk those hips out and back from it. And you're gonna kind of roll the stomach up and in, and just shimmy, pushing the hips side to side, kind of stretching the outer hip area. Still a soft bend in those knees. And this will help release the low back as well. And then step towards your chair, roll it on up. You are all done for today. Thank you so much for joining this workout. I hope that it was exactly what you needed for your body today, and I hope that as we work on our balance, you feel more safe and secure through your everyday movements and developing some strength and toning in those legs, feet, ankles, thighs, hips. You get the idea, you guys. Until our next workout, take good care of yourselves, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you.